Now we'll start over here with the least complete tree, which is restoration. You'll notice they've changed the first tier a whole lot. No more improved Mark of the Wild. Now you have Blessing of the Grove is the ability that everyone's supposed to take because it gives you a slight increase for every spec. Uh, Increasing your rejuvenation, your moonfire, and your shred by a small amount. Uh, your other two talents, Furrier, is unchanged. You would just use that for Feral and Moonkin off specking. And then your natural shapeshifter is just a 30% reduction in the cost of shapeshifting. Um, in your next tier, this is the next two tiers are what they're really going to have to work on. Because in this tier, you have improved rejuvenation, which is just a flat increase to your rejuvenation in Swiftmend, and you have perseverance, which is reduces all spell damage taken by up to 6%. Currently, you have to either take this or Furrier, and neither are particularly useful for PvE healing. Now, in your next tier, Living Seed remains unchanged as far as I can tell. Nature's Swiftness, same as the Shaman spell. And Revitalize increases whenever your Regrowth or Life Bloom critically hit. You rejuvenate up to 3% of your mana. So that's your mana preservation there, which should be much more important for healers in the next expansion. So the next tier is Nature's Bounty. This is a new spell as far as I can tell. Um, Increases the critical effect chance of your regrowth by 30% when they're under 25% health. But you also have a 60% chance when you critically heal with Healing Touch and Nourish to reduce the cooldown on your Swiftmend. So the other talent in this talent tree is the DPS tie-in. All healing specs now have some DPS tie-in talents. Uh, this one is a Fury of Storm Rage. You have a percent chance when you cast a heal to cause your next Wrath spell to be instant cast and cost no mana. So you're supposed to, when you're not heavily like using every global cooldown to heal, kind of weave some wraths in there if it, a fight allows you to. Um, Swiftmend unchanged. There is a an error in the tooltip where it says it only heals the target for one right now, but a lot of the tooltips are incomplete at the moment. Uh, Empowered touch here, we already had it. Increases your healing touch, and also your nourish has a percent chance. I'm assuming it's supposed to be 100% at max points, but it says 0% to refresh the duration of your life bloom. Uh, Natural perfection is the PvP talent as you see it today. Uh, Now you have effervescence here. When you critically heal with your regrowth, you sprout a bed of healing flora underneath the target, healing everyone within 15 yards over 7 seconds for percent of damage that you did. I'm sorry, percent of healing that you did. Um, this is strange because a lot of this build increases regrowth, and they've just recently announced they're trying to redesign regrowth to basically be the flash heal of restoration. And of course, in Cataclysm, you're not supposed to want to spam your flash heal ish ability because it would be very mana inefficient. So it's weird that they still put, so many talents in the tree that directly affect that. I would assume they're going to change a lot of that to affect probably Nourish instead. Um, Empowered Rejuvenation is again just a direct healing increase. Wild Growth, it remains unchanged, but you'll notice it is not the 31 point talent of the tree. It's just over here because now Tree of Life is your big talent in the tree. Tree of Life has totally changed, and I expect them to tweak it a lot more before release. But at the moment, it is on a 5-minute cooldown and lasts 45 seconds, and it just increases your healing, increases your armor, and they added back the movement impairment, and it also it says temporarily enhances some of your healing spells, Life Bloom, Wild Growth, Regrowth, and also some of your balance spells, Thorns and Wrath, and Entangling Roots. I'm not sure what it means by enhanced. Probably does more healing or does more damage, I would assume. Right now, though, that's just a cooldown that you'll pop maybe once during the fight, twice if it's a really long boss fight. Uh, so they've really changed that, and that's something we knew about already. Um, Feral is a tree that a lot of people are not very happy with right now, just because there's an identity crisis again between cat and bear, and how many points you're supposed to spend here, and etc. So a lot of people just aren't happy with the placement of talents along the tree. Your top tier is Ferocity, which is your reduces cost spell that's always been there. And then Predatory Strikes, as it were, it's not very useful for, say, a bear, but it's not useful at all because it just increases ravage damage, but you have to take it. In Tier 2, Infected Wounds is a low tier talent now. Primal Fury is up here. Those are both just as they are now, as well as Feral Swiftness, which just increases the movement speed and dodge. This is a new talent right here, Fury Swipes. It's when you auto attack, you have a percent chance to gain an extra auto attack on the same target. Um, so that's a totally new talent to increase DPS both as tank and as cat. Thick Hide is just your normal increases armor talent. Um, King of the Jungle is here still in its current form. Feral Charge is still here as a talented ability. Um, Improved Feral Charge, which I find funny that they haven't even linked it to Feral Charge yet. So Feral Charge is not a prerequisite yet. Um, but it increases your melee haste if you use Bear Charge, and lets you use Ravage when not stealthed when you use Cat Charge. So Leader of the Pack is unchanged. You'll notice there's no improved Leader of the Pack anymore. There's just Leader of the Pack. Um, Brutal Impact remains unchanged, except they added some verbiage for Skull Bash, which is the new ability for high level druids. Um, that as an interrupt, they complained about not having interrupts available. Nurturing Instinct is a PvP talent, just as it is today. Primal Madness is a new one that comes off of King of the Jungle. Also increase your maximum energy during the duration, and you generate rage when you use Berserk.